Tess Ingram, who is a spokesperson for UNICEF, and she joins me now from Amman. Thanks very much for being with us. So we just mentioned the findings of the report there, and about half the population, or just over 1 million people, are facing hunger. A large portion of those are going to be children. Just talk us through, of course, they're the most vulnerable in all of this. Just talk us through how that's likely to affect children.
It's already affecting children. Unfortunately, we're seeing the number of children reportedly dying from acute malnutrition rising almost every day at the moment. The latest reports are 23 children have died, and we expect this number is actually higher. So it's already affecting children. It can have long-term impacts on their bodies. And so, as your correspondent said, this needs to be remedied by a flood of aid, food aid, to the north of the Gaza Strip to stop more children from dying.
And obviously, the only real lasting solution to this, as so many have said, is a complete ceasefire. But that doesn't seem likely at this point to happen anytime soon. So what's the best way? You mentioned through northern Gaza as well. What's the best way to get aid through to the people who really need it at this point?
We know from experience that the best way to get aid in at scale is through land crossings on trucks. So if we can get more aid through the 2 existing land crossings, that would be great. But we also need more of the land crossings to open because there are land crossings in the north that could give us much faster and direct access to the people who are suffering the worst. So more aid on more trucks, and particularly through those land crossings in the north. I think, what's coming via sea and via airdrops is really just a drop in the ocean compared to the need. And we have to scale up as fast as we can, as you said, to prevent a famine, but also beyond that, to prevent more children from dying, because they are already dying now. And so it's not only about preventing a famine and that declaration, but it's about protecting children's lives.
And the report also says that this famine that's predicted is expected anytime between now and May. Does that fit in with the reports that you're getting from there?
Yeah, absolutely. It's so dire, and we've been saying since December that there was a risk of a famine. Now we're saying that we're in the period where a famine could occur, and UNICEF did some screenings of children under 2 to test how malnourished they are. And in the north, the percentage of children with acute malnutrition doubled in 1 month from January to February, and now 1 in 3 children are acutely malnourished. And that has to be unacceptable to the world, particularly when there's aid just a few kilometres away that could save their lives. So it's getting worse. We're within the period where a famine is possible, it can still be prevented, but things have to change dramatically and very, very fast.
And in the time that you have been with UNICEF, I'm wondering if you could tell me, how does what we're seeing in Gaza right now compare with the other situations that you've experienced?
The rate of decline in the nutrition situation in such a short period of time really is unprecedented. And the IPC, this group of experts who made these findings today, have said that this is the first time since they began reporting in 2004 that they've put such a large percentage of the population in that extreme catastrophe level of hunger. So this really is something that we're not seeing in other crises around the world at the moment, and requires urgent support.
Good to talk to you, Tess Ingram. Thanks very much for your time.